Sharkie Gamer here. So today we're taking a look at the Razer Imperator Expert Ergonomic Gaming Mouse. And this is of course the Battlefield 3 Collector's Edition. So this is the front of the box just here. You've got the Battlefield 3 Collector's Edition logo up the top there. The Razer logo on the other side. And moving down, it shows you a bit of the mouse there with the cool artwork on top of it. And it says here, unlock this Razer Serpent dog tag, which is basically an unlock code included in the box for Battlefield 3. Down here it says powered by 4G dual sensor systems. And of course it's got the Razer Imperator down the bottom there. Moving on to the side of the box, you have some information, other logos there as well. I'll just read this information because it's handy stuff. 4G dual sensor system. The 4G dual sensor system brings together two sensors, one laser and one optical, to maximize your Razer Imperator's tracking precision and reliability. This is done by the sensor system calibrating to the exact characteristics of the mousing surface to allow for sharper tracking accuracy as you play. With surface detection 10 times faster than previous sensors, the Razer Imperator will match the speed of your swipes no matter your play style. Once calibrated, the sensor system can also accurately measure the distance between surface and mouse upon liftoff. This is especially important for low sensitivity gamers that need to lift off their mouse to accommodate wide swiping motions and still keep their aim on target. Combined with the new driver functionality, you can now determine the Razer's Imperator's tracking distance to cut off exactly the moment you want it to, giving you more control than ever before. Shows you a picture there of the lift-off sort of function. And then below that's got a bit more features there. And it says ergonomic design, 4G dual sensor system, hyper response buttons, 1000 Hz ultra polling, on the fly sensitivity, and ultra slick mouse feet. Moving on to the other side, again it's got a little bit more information here. And it says 4G dual sensor system. Experience a new standard of gaming precision with the 6400 DPI 4G dual sensor system, outfitted with a laser and optical sensor to accurately calibrate the mouse to any surface for exceptional tracking. The Razer Imperator can not only match the speed of your swipes, no matter the playstyle, but also has adjustable lift-off tracking distance, empowering you with more control than ever before. Adjustable side buttons. Two adjustable side buttons deliver optimal reach regardless of palm size or grip style. And for gamers who often lift their mouse or make rapid movements during gaming, the customizable buttons make mission-critical keys and macros accessible at all times. Ergonomic right-handed design. The Razer's Imperator right-handed ergonomic form factor maximizes comfort during intense and extended gameplay, so you can outlast and outfrag the competition. Moving on to the back of the box, it shows you a nice picture there of the mouse, and gives you a better look at that artwork. And it says 7-foot light-weighted braided fiber cable, adjustable side buttons, gold-plated USB connector, ultra-large non-slip buttons, ergonomic right-handed design. That's the top of the box. Now in the front here it does have the flap that just opens up, reveals the mouse there through the display window, so it gives you a bit of a peek there of what the mouse looks like. Looks pretty cool. And over here it's got some artwork there from Battlefield 3, and it says Control Comfort Customized. In war, the ultimate weapon is the soldier, a highly trained and well-equipped warrior primed to secure victory no matter the cost. With the Razer Imperator Battlefield 3 Edition, its 6400 DPI 4G dual sensor system ensures your every movement is translated into frags of pinpoint accuracy, making you the ultimate warrior. Making you the ultimate weapon. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the box and have a closer look at this mouse. Okay, so first off you got some papers that come with the mouse. So it says congratulations, you're buying a Razer product. You've got a quick start guide here, which basically just goes into your basic setup of plugging it in and everything like that. You've got a master guide, which goes in a bit more detail of how to use the software, how to customize and everything like that. And you've got the Battlefield 3 dog tag code, which is on the reverse, which allows you to download that code for Battlefield 3. Some Razer stickers, and a little advert about the other Razer Battlefield gear. Now, I'm going to have all that gear on my channel. I'll be reviewing it all this week, so if you want to see the other Razer gear, don't forget to subscribe to check that out, because I'll have all of that. The keyboard, controller, the headset, everything. Okay, so let's have a look at this mouse. So first off, this is your cable. Now this cable is braided, and a braided cable means it's not only stronger, but also is less likely to tangle, because it's a bit more stiffer. That's your USB connector, and it's gold plated, which means it's going to have better connectivity. Moving on to the mouse itself. Now first off, this mouse is very ergonomic. They've shaped it really nicely so it fits in your hand. So when you're holding it, it just contours really nicely to your hand. You got this area here that you can have your hand in, so it's easier to pick it up when if you want to lift off like that. Your other fingers sit on that side, and it's really easy to sit on the buttons or get to the scroll wheel, anything like that. And it fits really nicely to your hand, and it's very, very comfortable to hold. So ergonomically, they've done it very well. And of course, secondly, you can see the cool Battlefield 3 artwork on top. I'll try to get a good look at this. It looks pretty cool. Really looks pretty cool. Turning it over, on the bottom here, you have these ultra slick mouse feet, and they really do glide. Really does make a difference, and they're really smooth when you're using it, and it makes it glide on whatever surface you're using. Of course, it does help to have a good mouse mat as well. Moving down here, this is your 4G dual sensor system. So basically it's laser and optical, and that allows for better tracking on whatever surface you're using. Now, going on to buttons. So, your buttons first off, you've got your left and right click up here. And they work very well, really easy to click and press multiple times. Very comfortable to use. Really nice click to them as well. Then moving along, you've got your scroll wheel here, which kind of looks like a tire kind of scroll wheel. It looks pretty cool, like a rubberized grip on top there. And of course it scrolls up and down as well as clicking down. And it's got individual notches as well, so you can easily press it slowly if you want to, for weapon changing or whatever you're using it for. And of course you've got two buttons up here. Now by default these are set up to have sensitivity up and down. So basically your sensitivity can just go up and down on the fly. But of course you can customize those to whatever you want, and they're out of the way. So if you set them up to something like sensitivity, they are out of the way, so you're not going to accidentally press them. But of course you can reach them if you need them. Moving on to the side here, you've got two side buttons, and these are accessible by your thumb. Really easy to get to and press. And of course you notice there's actually a little gap here, and that is because this is actually adjustable. So this can actually move forward and it can move back according to how you like to hold your mouse, or perhaps if you have bigger hands you might find it better to have it forward. And how you adjust that is this little switch on the bottom here. So there's a little switch at the bottom and it says front and back. So at the moment it's on the back. If you change that to front, and you can see it goes to the front portion there, which now you can access the buttons on the front. So it depends on which way you're holding the mouse, would depend on which section you prefer it, if you prefer it to the front or you prefer it all the way to the back. So that is totally player preference. but it's a nice little feature that they've added for extra customization. Now, going into the software for this thing. So in the software, you can basically customize every button on the mouse, and of course you can do the standard stuff like your left and right clicks, double clicks, you can do your own macros, which multiple key presses, and of course sensitivity up and down on the fly, as well as single key presses, as well as profile switching. So if you've got multiple profiles saved, you can just set up profile switching to switch between them, and of course scroll up and scroll down, stuff like that. You can also tweak the performance, including sensitivity, acceleration, polling rates, as well as surface calibration. Now I'm going to be a bit more detail with surface calibration. So surface calibration allows that dual sensor to detect what surface the mouse is actually working on. So whether it's working on a plain mouse mat, for instance, or one of Razer's fractal mouse mats, it detects what type of surface it's using and adjusts itself to better work and optimized tracking on that surface. Surface calibration only works well though when the actual mouse mat is a standard color. So basically it has to be a solid color, not multicolors. If it's multicolors, that's where surface calibration has some issues. So if you've got this mouse, or you've got a Razer mouse similar to it, and you get a mouse mat and you put it on there, and you find it works fine until it reaches a spot on the mouse pad that is actually multicolored, it's because the surface calibration is interfering with it. So you can do two things. You can either turn surface calibration off if that happens, which should fix the problem, because I had that before and it fixed it for me, or you can adjust surface calibration to have the lift off rate, and the lift off rate is basically what allows you to lift the mouse off and put it down, in case you've got that wide sweeping movement. So you're down like this, you lift up and you sweep again, and you lift up and you sweep again, something like that. That's what the lift off rate calculates. So if to fix that kind of issue where it actually stops the screen with the cursor, you can also turn surface calibration on, go into that setting and adjust lift off rate to the highest possible setting, which I think is about 10. If you turn it right up, it fixes that problem of it. As soon as it hits that kind of color, different color on the mouse mat, it just stops the cursor. That'll fix it. So if you have that issue, do that and you should solve your problem. And of course, in the software as well, you can save multiple profiles for different games. You got a whole lot on hand, already configured when you need them. Now, there's also a lighting setup in the actual software, which allows you to turn the lighting on and off. Now, on the standard Imperator, which is like the black version, the light is on the scroll wheel, as well as the little Razer logo down here. But the light on this version is only on the scroll wheel, because obviously the logo, they don't have it on this one because they got the Battlefield one instead. So it just lights up the scroll wheel. And I'll just show you what that looks like. So that is what it looks like. It lights up the scroll wheel in orange. It actually looks pretty cool. That lights up pretty nicely in a dark room as well. But if you don't want that, you can also turn that off using the software. So overall, this is actually a very great mouse. It works really well, it glides smoothly and easily as well. And this especially is the case if you have something like a really good mouse mat. So this is the Battlefield Scarab I've got here. And I've done a review of this on my channel if you want to check that out as well. But on this type of mouse mat, it really does glide really nicely. It just effortlessly glides across this pad. So if you get this mouse, make sure you get a good mouse mat as well, to really make use of that nice mouse feet and the way it just glides on any surface, as well as that really high 6400 DPI sensor, so you're getting the optimal tracking and performance out of your mouse. So it works really well. Sensitivity is great on this one. Even on low sensitivity, it works well. You're not going to have any issues in that. On a mouse mat like this, even on low sensitivity, it just glides along the surface and works brilliantly. And of course, when you're aiming in, say, Battlefield or any kind of other game, shooters, anything, it works well. It's really easy to aim, very accurate. It's a really accurate mouse, and it works brilliantly. And it's definitely great for shooters, but it also is great with any other game you want to use it with. As well, because it's a Battlefield 3 edition, it is aimed at fans and collectors. So if you're a fan of Battlefield 3 or a collector, then definitely this mouse is for you. It's got that cool artwork on it. It's Battlefield 3 themed, and it'll probably go with your gaming setup really nicely. But of course, if you're not a fan of the Battlefield 3 series, and you want a standard version of the mouse, you can also buy just the black version, which is just black and it's got blue LEDs here, and on the Razer logo down the bottom. So you don't have to be a Battlefield 3 fan to get an Imperator, you can just get the plain version instead of this branded version. So overall, this is a great mouse. It works brilliantly. I'd easily recommend this to anyone looking for a great mouse for their PC gaming setup, especially if you play a lot of shooters. Works well, very accurate, very ergonomic to hold, and very customizable. You can customize any button on here to exactly the way you like it, and definitely that tracking is brilliant. So yeah guys, that was the Razer Imperator Expert Ergonomic Gaming Mouse, the Battlefield 3 Collector's Edition. Thanks for watching guys, I am Sharkie Gamer. Don't forget to subscribe, as I'll have heaps more gaming controller and accessory videos up very shortly. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you want to, and if you like this video, hit that like button. It really helps out a lot guys. Thanks for watching.